Okay, outbound trust and memory jogging. We're back. You did really well. Congratulations. Now let's see if you can get started with the good stuff. So we're going to start out the outbound phone call process with a different type of instant trust greeting. It's an instant trust greeting. I'm going to speak it, explain it, and then give you a real world scenario to practice with. So here goes. Ring ring. Hi, is this Jamie? Yes, it is. Hey Jamie, this is AMIEN from World Class Automotive. How are you today? Okay, so that's very simple. But I'm going to explain to you the techniques that I'm using in this initial trust greeting. Okay, I'm smiling. I'm asking for the customer very politely with a smile. I'm very upbeat. The second thing you'll notice right away, I use the customer's name again before introducing myself in the dealership. The reason we want to do this because it's important you understand that the most beautiful sound to anyone is their own name. Also, the customer is 2 times more important than we are. Okay, we're 50% of the deal. They're 100% of the deal. This is the most familiar sound to that person. They need to get used to the sound of your voice very quickly. So we do that by using their name because they're accustomed to hearing it. Notice I didn't say the word hello. Okay, hello is a very formal, and in order to be more of a friendly client-based organization, you want to try it and be as less formal as possible in your communications over the phone. It's a one way that we can simply break the ice by just saying that simple hi, how are you? Okay? So, hey, this is such and such from AMIEN. That takes the customers off the defense, alright? And lets them know that this is not a telemarketing call and they can get familiar with your voice while you're using their first name very freely. So this makes them wonder, hey, do I know this guy? Am I expecting his call? Or do I know this lady? Am I expecting her call? So this is a strategy to very quickly start to disarm the prospects and get their defenses down so they can be more receptive to opening up to you and telling you more about their wants, wishes, and expectations later on. People tend to want to do business with friends and family, people that they like, people that they feel they can trust and are comfortable with. So using their name often in a polite manner, especially in the greeting, and being less formal is a very quick and easy way to become likable. So now that we've established our instant trust greeting, let's look at the search memory jog. It's going to tell the customer the reason why you're calling, which gives the purpose and direction to the phone call. We want to be very quick in our business and let them know that we mean business, but do it in a polite way and remind them that they were looking at a vehicle and where they saw it from, and you want to help them and guide their conversation a little bit better. Okay, so it goes like this. I'm calling about your interest in the 2020 Toyota Corolla that you saw on Autotrader.com. Is that correct? So we've told them why we're calling. We reminded them of what they were looking at. We also reminded them of even the website that they saw it at. The reason that we do this is because a lot of customers are looking at 8 to 10 different websites, but they're not just looking at a car. So the average customer will look at 3 to 4, sometimes maybe even 5 different cars on the website. So if you multiply that by 8 websites, they don't remember how many times they submitted their information or where they submitted it to and all those different things that goes along in a vehicle search, okay? So let's put them together and let's go ahead and try the instant trust greeting with the search memory job. Hi, is this Jamie? Yes, it is. Hey Jamie, this is AMIEN calling from World Class Automotive. How you doing? Well, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you? You know, I'm good as well. I'm actually calling about your interest in the 2020 Corolla that you saw on Autotrader.com. Is that the right vehicle? Yeah, I remember that. Okay, stop. So now we're actually talking to the prospect, and they're getting more familiar with our voice because we used their name twice. We're very polite, and they're like, okay, now I know why this guy's calling. I do have enough time to speak with him, or maybe I don't. Okay, we can judge their learning and thinking environment right now by how they respond to us during the initial part of the conversation, okay? All right, and the last thing that I want to add is this instant trust greeting and search memory jog using the customer's name throughout the entire conversation is this. Have you ever been at a party or a gathering somewhere and having a wonderful conversation with somebody, and at the end you say, hey, okay, what was your name again? Alright, so that's going to be the most uncomfortable thing ever. I promise you that. So let's not be that person. let's make sure that we remember the customer's name at the end of the phone call, because we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. And they're going to tell us their story about what they're looking at and why they were looking at it. And we're going to talk to him or her about what we can offer and what we can do that may be able to suit their needs even better than what they originally figured. Okay? And at the end of the phone call, we're going to go ahead and set up a business relationship appointment that is going to require both of us to communicate with one another in the future. And we want to make sure that we remember to say their name and that they remember ours. On a side note, at the end of a conversation, a lot of time, if customers won't ask you what your name is, because they have no intentions of talking to you ever again. Okay? If you've done your job as a good salesperson, they'll ask you, hey, I'm sorry, what was your name again? And that's okay if they don't remember. The good thing is that you were interesting enough for them to remember to want to ask you and remember who you are for the next communication. Let's move on to the next section after this quiz.